I'm getting ready to repot some cuttings that I took on 5/4, May the 4th. Just a couple days more than a month ago. I found a really good plant. I'm really picky about the plants that I buy at the grocery stores and the nurseries and stuff. And I found this plant that was a really gorgeous erect type, meaning it goes straight up, rosemary. It was $5, and knowing what I'm looking at, I went ahead and got it. I did cuttings on these, like I said, a month ago, and you can see how the new growth is sprouting up where I actually cut the cuttings from, and how this is now bushing out like it should. So I've been happy to say that these cuttings were doing very well. A month later, here we are, having a nice little root system, enough of a root system that I can plant them without concern that I'm going to harm the plant. What I've decided to do is I'm going to put a couple of these in a 1-gallon pots that I'm going to leave here so I can use them and plant them here. The erect type rosemary, this particular one has wider leaves. It's like a Tuscan blue, where the leaves are relatively wider than a lot of the rosemaries, which have a thinner leaf. And so I'm just I had filled these pots with media. Now I'm going to say this, when you buy potting soil, again, this is not for germinating. I found this nice big chunk of wood in there. No big deal. I can put it in the bottom of one of the bigger pots, but you have to watch out for the fact that those are going to be in there. It happens. So I've actually made a little hole in the top of the 1-gallon pot, the media in there, and I'm putting my plant in there and kind of press it in. So I have those two done. Now I have these 4-inch pots that I've put, again, media in, and I'm kind of spreading a space to put them, these nice little transplants. So again, I have really great looking roots on here. I'm going to take these to North Carolina with me. Now, I think that this transplant is fitting in, but a little hole's not going to do it. When I do a 1-inch, 1.5-inch transplants, this is a much larger size in these 6-packs. So I have to really make room for them. I'm very excited to say they've all taken a good root. That means this is going to be a nice healthy plant, which I'm very happy about. I have a prostrate type that I'd like to get some cuttings from and do the same thing. Have that scenario. Rosemary, that's erect type, make wonderful kebab skewers. So if you're going to make a shish kebab and you're going to want to run the meat on a rosemary stem that you can get from these types, and they impart the flavor of the rosemary in the meat and mushrooms or whatever it is you put on there. So I'm very excited to get this ready in time, a month. So usually if you are doing plants from seeds, it takes 4 weeks for those plants to get to a point where you can transplant them. Then another 4 weeks for those plants to get to the point where they're in a 4-inch pot and I could sell them. The roots expand out within that 4-inch pot so that when somebody buys it, they can take it home and take it out of that pot and plant it into the ground or something bigger. When you have a cuttings like this will expand really quicker. I think that I've been able to have sellable plants when I have my nursery within 6 weeks instead of the 8. So a little bit of information on that. And there we have it. I have 4 of them in 4-inch pots, 4 in 4-inch pots, and 2 in my 1-inch pots, which I'm going to take with me to North Carolina.